Hello business student, welcome to our online class, welcome to our business English class. So I am so proud guys of you. A lot of students, maybe like you, sent me the exercise in audio talking about corruptions, the last classes, and about the entrepreneurs. I know it's a difficult subject to talk, I know about that, but we are studying business English class. That's why we are talking about the different subjects. And that's why it's so important for you improve your English speaking, your English listen, your vocabularies. I'm sure you are going to use some of these vocabularies one day, and it's gonna help you, and you are gonna think about, that's great, that's nice, I've studied about that. Yeah? So if you didn't send the message yet, if you didn't send the exercise talking about your opinion about that subject, okay, send, and after that watch this class and keeping studying and keeping practicing your English speaking about this class. That's great. So today we are going to talk, we are going to divide it by our class in two parts. The first part we are going to talk about business relationship with Americans. It's nice. We are going to see the difference when you are talking to American. You are negotiating, bargaining with Americans. And we have some expressions in the first part. And after that, I have a conversation with you. Of course, I'd like you to send an audio, answer 5 questions about business strategies. And it's so important. I know it's a difficult one, but you have to think about, you have to think before, and after that, give your opinion. And if you don't know anything about that, it's normal, and you have to say it in English. That's great. And after that, we're gonna finish with more business expressions. Like I said, every class, we are learning business expressions because we are going to join it with your natural vocabulary. That's okay? Let's get started. Let me read something about business relationship with Americans. Americans always put themselves first. Unlike the Brazilians' culture in which the collective in the family and the family are most important. For them, the self tudo, is the most important. Whoa, the emotion can say you, whoa, about that. Did you understand this part? Americans always put themselves at first. I don't know if you agree with that, but this is the culture of them, yeah? And that's why you are going to learn, we are learning these expressions, self-expressions, self-tudo, okay? Repeat please the first. Self-improvement, self-serving, self-help, self-financing, self-motivated, self-publishing, self-taught, self-coaching. Okay, which means it in Português? Self-improvement, you can say like autodesenvolvimento, auto-melhoramento, auto-aperfeiçoamento, self-improvement. If you are working or bargaining with American, we are going to listen it or using, because if you are living with them, negotiating and bargaining, you are going to use this. That's great. Self-serving, it means autosserviço in Português. Self-help, autoajuda. That's great. Right, please, if you don't know. Self-financing, autofinanciamento. Okay? Self-motivated, automotivado, motivacionado. That's great. Self-motivated. Self-publishing, se autopublicar, se fazer marketing de si próprio, ok? Se autopublicar, self-publishing. Self-taught, autodidata, that's great this. Self-taught, autodidata. And self-coaching, it means auto-treinamento. So this word, these expressions can help you if you are dealing with some Americans. Maybe, of course, if you are in a business relationship with them. That's great. Let's keep. I have some expressions for you, business expressions, but we have some explanation about that. First of all, repeat please. Pay it forward. Pay it forward. Forward, you know, is à frente, okay? Adiante. Pay it forward is an expression for describing the beneficiary of good deed, repaying it others instead of to the original benefactor. The concept is old, but the phrase may have been coined by Lily Hard Hammond in her 1916 book In the Garden of Delight. So, pay it forward, it means in Portuguese, pagar adiantado, okay? I'm going to pay it forward. Pay it forward, pagar adiantado. When you have to pay something, pay it forward, yeah? Pay it early. You have to use pay it forward, okay? Keizen. Keizen is a Japanese word meaning change for the better, used to convey the notion of continuous improvement in life in general, be it personal, family, social, and work. So, Keizen is a Japanese word. It means in Japanese, frutos do mar. But you can understand in a business conversation like melhoria contínua. You know, word meaning change for the better. You know, change for the better, you can understand. It's like melhoria contínua. There are a lot of companies in Brazil. The most company from around the world use this expression for improve your company, improve your business every time. That's great. Another expression so useful by every English speaker, but in especially American, less is more. Repeat please. Less is more. Less is more, it means the same if you translate. Menos é mais. Less is more is used to express the view that a minimalist approach to artistic or aesthetic matters in more effective. So less is more, menos é mais. So if you are in a lecture, if you are having a chat with some people, explaining about the situation in your company, for example, normally they say less is more, okay? It's not necessary to talk a lot. You have to use a minimal approach. Uma abordagem minimalística, né? Uma abordagem mínima. Minimalistic approach. Approach, it means in Portuguese, abordagem. That's great. This is our 3 business expression. Let's keep the next page, next part from our material. We have 5 questions now, the first exercise. So, the only exercise from our class is that you have to send an audio to me, okay? Answer these 5 questions about strategies, okay? Business strategies. Repeat, please. Business strategies. So, estratégias de negócios. The first question is, why do companies need a business strategy? Nice questions. Why do you think? Why do you think they need? Or why not? They don't need. Okay? Next one. Do individual people need business strategies? Why or why not? Great question. About you. Do you need business strategies? Do you need? Why? Why not? Do you know of any company's business strategy? Tell us about it. If you know any company's business strategy, it's nice for you. Guy, if you think about, you can answer this question. And it's gonna be nice for you because if you are in an interview, for example, you are going to use these words, we are going to listen that, and it's gonna help you a lot, it's gonna support you do the better, and of course get the chance. That's great. Number 4, what do you think is important in a business strategy? Whoa, it's a consequence by the answers. Is that, what do you think is important in a business strategy? That's great. The last question is, can you name any mistakes a small business make concerning their business strategies? Whoa, it's a peculiar question. Maybe, I don't know. If you don't know anything about that, about companies, it's normal, that's great. But about the business strategy, about mistakes of that, you have only to explain, I don't know anything about that, but I think, don't you have to use your English to explain if you know something about that, if you have some thoughts about that or not. That's great. This is the 5 question. If you can do this only one audio, it's gonna be nice. Think about before, talk to yourself before, and after that tell me about this. And of course, like I did in the last class, I'm going to answer you and keep talking about that, giving my opinion. And of course, we are going to put our concerning about this. That's great. Let's finish. So this is the exercise. Let's finish with more business expressions. So we have more 4 business expressions. The first one is, repeat please, from scratch. From scratch, from the very beginning, especially without utilizing or relying on any previous work for existence. So, from scratch, it means começar do zero. From scratch, it means from beginning, but you can say from scratch. So, I started my job from scratch. Eu iniciei o meu negócio começando do zero, from scratch. That's great. Next one, repeat. Pat on the back. Pat on the back. A show of praise or approval. You all deserve a pat on the back for making this possible. So, pat on the back. Pat, it means in Portuguese, palminha. Palminha, pat on the back. Palminha nas costas. A show of a praise or approval. Quando alguém aprova, então, algo que você fez e dá aquele tapinha nas costas, this is the expression in English, pat on the back, okay? If you deserve all making this possible, oh, you're doing it possible, pat on the back, okay? Next one, repeat please. My hands are tied. Is used to say that someone is unable to act freely because something, such as a rule or a law, prevents it. So, are tied. Tied, it's like amarrar. Yeah, untied, desamarrar. Tied, amarrados. My hands are tied. Eu estou com as mãos atadas. Okay? This is the expression. My hands are tied. It's like in Portuguese. That's great. Let's finish with the last. Repeat, please. To raise the bar. To raise the bar. Raise the standards which need to be met in order to qualify for something. Okay? So, to raise the bar, it means elevar os padrões. Bar is barra, okay? But you can say like elevar os padrões. You can understand reading the explanation. To raise the bar. To raise the bar, it means aumentar ou elevar os padrões. That's great, guys. This is our business class. You have to repeat this class, back the class, watch it again if you need. Repetition is so important. And if you have any question, don't hesitate to tell me. okay? And send the exercise, guys. We are going to practice it if you are talking about these different subjects, okay? So I have to thank you and see you next class. Take care. Bye bye.